Okay, so I sorry, some problem with the mobile, so I'm just getting it done from my laptop. Okay, so let people join again. Good morning. Got it. Okay, so let's begin again. So sorry for that interruption. Something wrong with the mobile, so I had to log in through my laptop and all. So I hope everyone joins back. Uh, we are going to start this series of notes through different axes of science. Earlier, we have seen them through axes of different houses. That information will still be useful because these signs will be falling in some houses, right? So that information will still be useful. Information can be similar also because first house represents the same thing as Aries represents. Libra represents the same thing as seventh house represents. So things can be similar, but there will be an additional information also. Okay. So when also as I was saying that like when we go through the nodes through different axes, like Rahu in Aries or Rahu in Libra or Ketu in Aries or Ketu in Libra, we need to pay attention to the sign lord position. Okay, it becomes very important. The sign lord position of the sign. Okay, like if Rahu is in Aries, then Mars has a big say in how Rahu is going to act. If Rahu is in Libra, then Venus has a very high say in how Rahu is going to act. Okay, so we have to keep Rahu, sign lord position in consideration to finally judge how nodes are going to work in a particular sign. Then it is also important to remember which houses these planets are falling, sorry, which houses these signs are falling, like uh, uh, someone who is Leo ascendant, for him Libra can be third house. For someone who is Aquarius ascendant, for him Libra can be ninth house, right? So we have to keep into consideration the houses where the different nodes are falling. That is also an important thing. So if we if we start with nodes at Aries Libra axis, that means Rahu is either in Aries or Libra, or Ketu is either in Aries or Libra. Okay, so we have to remember the like Rahu in Aries. We have to remember the significances of Rahu, that it blows things out of proportion. It gravitates us towards something. it makes us more those things more prominent where Rahu is placed. Okay, wherever Rahu is placed, those things are more visible in your life. Those things are more prominent. You are more gravitated towards those things. Then this uh, this Aries is the sign of actions. It is sign of aggression, plus it is also sign of being active. It is sign of your individuality, your uniqueness. Okay, so when Rahu is in Aries, so we have to combine these two characteristics of Rahu and Aries. Okay, these people can be like highly active, because Rahu is blowing things out of proportion, and Aries is the sign. Aries is the sign of activity. So these people can be highly active. They can be means it may be very difficult to see them sit idle at one place if Rahu is in Aries. Okay, it may be difficult for them to not to do anything, just relaxing. It can be the biggest work for them to just sit and relax. Okay, plus they can also be more aggressive. Okay, they can be showing their anger and aggression uh, more often than others. Okay, when Rahu is in Aries, uh, they can be highly individualistic person, means asking for help from others is like an insult for them. Okay, if Rahu is in Aries, they can be very individualistic. They would love to do everything on their own. And if they have to ask any help for anyone, it is like a insult for them. Not even asking, if anyone comes on their own. Okay, I understand it like this, that suppose I am meeting an Rahu in Aries person, and I offered some help. He didn't even ask. I offered some help in some matter. He will feel insulted, and for him it is like, do you think I cannot do it myself? Okay, so Rahu in Aries are that kind of person. Now it depends on where Aries falls into your chart. Okay, person can be highly active in that area of life. Okay, suppose someone is Cancer ascendant, then Rahu is falling into the 10th house Aries. Now this person can be highly active or action oriented in career related matters, in matters related with father and authorities. Okay, they can be active there. Plus means if Rahu is in if someone is, let's say, uh, this Libra ascendant, then they can be very much inclined towards seventh house related matters. Their whole energy of Aries and Rahu will be going towards seventh house relationship matters or business matters. Normally we see seventh house for relationship, but it is also house of business. So they can be very active in their business pursuits also. They are active means they will be initiative. They will be like they will never take a rest in their business front. They will be always improving on it so that they can be ahead. Okay, understand that Aries is the first sign, so being first is important for them. Okay, now Rahu is sitting there, so it is more prominent that that they always want to be in the first place. Okay, so this is important. Then the second thing which is important is Aries Lord Mars position. Okay, that planet will decide where the actions are going. Okay, if they are going in right direction or wrong direction. Okay, if Mars is debilitated, then person is active, aggressive, but for a wrong cause. Okay, and they can be active and aggressive, but their actions can be misdirected because Mars is debilitated. Okay, if Mars is in good dignity, then it shows that a person is active and aggressive, but his actions are properly directed in a good direction. Okay, like if Mars is in Leo, then maybe he is more interested in creative pursuits. Leo is the sign of creativity, or working under government, or something like sports, or army, defense, and all these things can be more prominent when Mars is in Leo. If Mars is in Capricorn, then same actions can be going into the Capricorn related field, like law, government. Okay, those matters it can be. So it is very important. These two things are very important. Okay, so what is happening is that Rahu sitting in Aries will make you very active and action oriented. Okay, it can also make you aggressive in your approach, but where the actions are going depends upon the house placement of Rahu and the sign lord position. Okay, if Rahu is in fourth house, then same actions and aggression can be seen at home, the fourth house related matters. And Mars position, Mars dignity will decide where uh, Mars dignity will decide if those actions are dignified or not, means those actions are right or wrong. Okay, so throughout this series we have to remember two things, especially after looking at nodes position in a particular sign. Two things are most important: the house position and the sign lord position. Okay, it will finally decide where the energy is going. Is it going in right direction or wrong direction? Okay, now Rahu is in Aries, then that means Ketu is in Libra. Okay. Again, Ketu is in Libra. Ketu is separation. Libra is sign of relationship, business, and all. It is like a person finds difficulty in connecting with others. Okay. Libra is sign of masses and connecting with people. Ketu, separation. So person finds difficulty in connecting with people. Now what type of people will be decided by the house it is falling in. Okay, if someone is let's say Gemini ascendant, Libra falls into the fifth house. Now Ketu there can make them feel separated in love romance matters. Okay, or it can even make them feel separated from their child. Okay, that they are unable to connect with their child, the relationship with the child is not great. Okay, so it is important that where a planet is where the Ketu in Libra is falling in which house. Okay, that house becomes important. Relationship related with that house will be impacted. Suppose someone is Cancer ascendant person, Libra falls into the fourth house. Now Ketu is sitting there, relationship with the mother. They will find disconnection with their relationship with mother. Uh, this Capricorn ascendant, same Ketu falls into the 10th house, relationship with father. Okay, so Ketu in Libra disconnects person from connecting with other people. Okay, the house position will decide what type of other people. Okay, then its sign lord, Libra's lord, Venus position will finally decide that with time relationship will improve or not. Like if Venus is in good dignity, then person can improve here, can at least hope. Okay, if Venus is in good dignity, then person can at least hope that with time things will improve in his relationship with these people. Okay, but if Venus is in bad dignity, then it can be trouble. Okay, so we need to remember these two important things. I am repeating it because we may forget. So these two things are very important when nodes are in particular signs. We need to interpret their signs. I'm not saying that those signs or nodes position there are not important, but where that energy will be guided finally is depending upon the house where they are placed and the sign lord position. Okay, so we have to remember this. Now if it is opposite case, if Ketu is in Aries, okay, and Rahu is in Libra. So this will create Ketu in Aries means someone is disconnected from himself, his own individuality, his own uniqueness. He has no idea about himself. Okay, Rahu in Aries was making him all the more individualistic. Okay, but Ketu in Aries can make someone question his individuality. Okay, someone who may feel that I'm not worth it. Okay, I'm not good enough. Okay, they may not realize their self worth. They have this feeling of lack of self worth with Ketu in Aries. Plus, as Aries is the sign of actions and activity and aggression, Ketu is headless. Okay, so they can have no idea about their actions and activities. They can have can be totally blind about their actions and activities. Also, aggression means if they get angry, they may not they may not even know where they are throwing their anger. Okay, so this is a difficult position, Ketu in Aries, because the person gets separated from himself, his own uniqueness, identity, plus whatever actions he is taking is not proper, because Ketu is separating him from taking proper actions. Okay, again it depends upon the house where Ketu is falling and the sign lord position, Mars position. If Ketu is, let's say, in the second house, Aries, Pisces ascendant, so they will feel disconnected from their family also. Okay, when the as long as they are living with their family, they may not realize their individuality, they may not realize their uniqueness. It is important for them to move out of their family. Okay, with Ketu in the second house in Aries, to realize themselves. Okay, now it depends upon Mars position also. Mars, if Mars is well placed, then it can be hoped that with time, with age, they will realize their own true, unique identity, and their actions will be well driven, well directed. Okay, if Mars is in good dignity. Most troublesome situation can happen when Ketu is in Aries and Mars is debilitated. Okay, like it is or Mars is in enemy sign like Gemini or Virgo, all these things. So what happens that in those cases, that person has no idea what type of actions he is taking, where he is throwing up his anger and all. And as Mars is also debilitated, it can be seen that those actions are not very dignified one. Okay, those actions can be misdirected. So you are doing wrong thing and you are not even aware that you are doing wrong. Okay, so it is like I'm committing a crime, but I don't feel like committing a crime. I don't even know that I'm committing a crime. Okay, so it can be like that type of situation. Ketu in Aries, if someone is Aquarius ascendant, okay, and Ketu is falling in the third house. Now they will question their own individuality also, they will question their own efforts also, third house actions. Okay, they will feel separated from their younger siblings. Okay, now it is important for Mars to be in powerful position. If Mars is in good dignity and it is aspecting back at this Ketu in the third house, then it can be expected that okay, fine, with time, as they grow up in their 30s or 40s, they will have a clear sense, okay, of their actions, their individuality and all. But in initial life there will be difficulties. Okay, Ketu is in Aries, that means Rahu is in Libra. Rahu in Libra person is like Rahu is in seventh house person. they are gravitated towards relationship, but they seek a very perfect type of relationship. They can have lots of desires in relationship, lots of expectations in relationship. Okay. Again, with Rahu in Libra, it depends on where that sign is placed. It is relationship related with those people of the house. Okay. If Rahu is in Libra in 11th house, let's say Sagittarius ascendant, Rahu is in Libra in 11th house, it shows someone who is all about relationship with either elder sibling or like social networking, because it is the house of connecting with other people or serving humanity, the big organization and all. Okay, so they can be like all about making friends or making acquaintances, getting to know people from different parts of the world and all. So Rahu in Libra is making them relationship oriented, but it is related with that house where Rahu is falling. Okay, those houses related relationship. If Rahu is in Libra in 5th house, then they will be gravitated towards relationship in 5th house related matters. Okay, that children or love, romance, and all these things. If Rahu is in 10th house in Libra, then they will be gravitated towards relationship with their father or fatherly figures or authorities and all. Okay, so this becomes important with the Rahu in Libra, that although they are gravitated towards relationship and they are gravitated towards almost a perfect relationship, but relationship related with the people, relationship with the people of the house where Libra is falling. Okay, that is important. Okay, so this is plus Venus position. We should not forget the Venus position, Libra's Lord position, Venus. If it is well placed, again it is the same concept that sooner or later they will realize their true relationship with those people of that house. Okay, but if it is in negative dignity, okay, like Rahu is in Libra and Venus is in Virgo. Okay, now that gravitation which Rahu is giving you can be misdirected. Your whole approach towards Libra sign can be misdirected because Venus is debilitated. Suppose someone is Aries ascendant, Rahu is in Libra, and Venus is sitting in a Virgo sign. So what is happening is that person is all about relationship. Okay, it is all about gravitated towards relationship and seeking a perfect relationship. But as he is not getting it, the same relationship is ending into dispute and conflict because Venus is placed in the 6th house. Okay, so this is important. Whenever we look at notes in a particular sign, we have to interpret notes in that sign, combining the traits of notes and plus sign. But at the same time, we have to keep in mind the house position where that sign is placed, and as per the ascendant, and the sign Lord position. Okay, then we can say that we have covered a good deal of this planetary position. That is important. So just to repeat, it is not that we can just simply say that the Rahu in Aries will function like this, or Rahu in Libra will function like this. We have to keep in mind the house position of these signs and the sign Lord position. Okay, these two house position will decide where that energy is going, in which area of your life that energy of nodes are going. Plus sign Lord position will decide that whether that energy is dignified one or not dignified one. Means the actions you are taking because of that energy are dignified actions, are good actions, or not so good actions. If it is its lord is well placed, it shows that maybe in initial life, because understand that majority of malefic planets give result in later life. Okay, in initial life they are supposed to give some hardships. So maybe in initial life people are suffering because of these notes. But if sign lords are in good position, it shows that sooner or later, someday, things will improve and they will get the better results of the notes. Okay, let's see. Then this is what I feel about Rahu Ketu position. And let me know if there is any question. Okay. So this is what is important. Leo ascendant, Rahu Sun Moon. Sorry, Rahu Sun Mercury placed in third house in Libra. Okay. Ketu placed in ninth house in Aries. Okay. How do you see this placement as? How does it manifest the results? Rahu Sun Mercury in third house in Libra. It is very much a business oriented position. Libra is business. Third house is business. So Rahu can gravitate this person towards his own business. Anyways, three planets sitting in one house or one sign makes that house related things as a life focus. So it shows that this person should be involved in business setup kind of work. At the same time, this is third and ninth axis is always information oriented axis. And these nodes, Rahu and Ketu in this axis can work well when person is like getting knowledge and sharing knowledge. He is learning something and he is teaching the same thing to others. Okay. Finally, Rahu Ketu in the third ninth axis, as ninth house is the house of religion. They can have very weird views in the matters of religion and philosophy, literature, and all. Like it is kind of the result of the same Guru Chandala Yoga, because Rahu and Ketu are that unusual energy, and ninth house is the house of your belief system. So they can have very unusual belief system. They may challenge religion, they may challenge any philosophy, they may challenge the God, and nothing else. How is the Mars and Venus placement? Yes, this is something additional. That Rahu and Mars and Venus placement are important. Let me know if there is any further query. Is there any query, question by anyone? Yes, we have some questions. Capricorn ascendant, Rahu, Sun, Mercury in ninth house, in the sign of Virgo. How we interpret it? Sign of Virgo and Rahu, Mercury, Sun. Mercury is exalted. One important thing about nodes is that they give the best results when they are with an exalted planet. Okay, so as in this chart, Rahu, Sun, Mercury are in Virgo, where Mercury is exalted. It is a good position, but understand that malefic planet will have its malefic energy. So again, ninth house, Rahu there. So a person will have some those unusual views on relationship matters and all. So those things are always prominent when Rahu Ketu are at ninth house. Then it can make someone very much perfectionist. Virgo is the sign of perfection. Mercury is there, it is making person more perfectionist. Okay, he is all about uh, very like doing everything very meticulously. Okay, Rahu is there, it is further blowing things apart. Means this person can be crazy about perfection. This person he is doing his own work perfectly, and he is expecting everyone else to do perfectly. And that's where he can get into conflicts, because other people may not have that much ability, right? Their Mercury is not necessarily in Virgo, that everyone will have Mercury Rahu conjunction in Virgo, right? So it is this person's ability to be perfect, and but he cannot expect it from others. This he needs to realize. And plus at the same time, it is also a birth closer to this eclipse season, Rahu Sun together. Okay, so it shows that he may find difficulty in his initial life in his finding his right career. It can give difficulties with father also, relationship with father, not only because sun is eclipsed, plus it is also his ninth house of loss of father. It is 12th from the 10th, so there can be problems with father. Mars placed in 11th house Gemini, Venus placed in second house Virgo. Please explain. As both of the planets are not in very good dignity, it shows that it may take some time to get the best of the result. Okay, so what was that? Yeah, that's what I said. It is. It can be anyways. Now understand one thing, that we can see a prominent indication that okay, Rahu's Sun in ninth house, because it is the house which is 12th from the 10th. It is loss of father, plus it is eclipse, so it is again giving troubles with father. Now it can be any nature of trouble. Okay, someone may losing his father very early in life is a trouble. Someone may have an abusive relationship with father is a trouble. Someone may have disconnection with father, that father is unable to understand his point of view. He is unable to understand father's point of view. That is a trouble. Someone may not have any of these things, but father is away because of his work is another trouble. Okay, so it can be any nature of trouble, but it just shows that there will be difficulties. Okay. uh, Regarding that, Ketu dispositor of Mars is in sixth house compass. Okay, these are two separate questions. I was just trying to link them together. Okay, fine. So first is Mars placed in 11th house in Gemini sign. Now the Ketu in the 9th house, then Mars is in Gemini sign. Again, it shows person may have difficulties regarding his actions in knowledge oriented field, ninth house related field. They can get into some conflicts or disputes in matters of religion, philosophy, belief system and all. Mars in 11th house Gemini also shows that person can be spendthrift, or he is just unable to save his money. Venus placed in second house Virgo again shows the difficulty in the results of the notes, because Venus is debilitated. Okay, so here we need to remember the concept of Jiva Karaka and Jiva Karaka, living significances, non-living significances. Difficulties may come with like relationship, family life and all, but when it comes to business and all, a person can still gain out of that business, even with the planet in wrong dignity. Sooner or later you will get the result of your business, right? It is just that. But when it comes to relationship, you are dealing with the other person. He may not like your actions, he may like your actions. It can go either ways. If Ketu dispositor Mars is in sixth house combust, again it depends on what sign Mars is placed in, if it is in good dignity and all. You said only combust, so I will say that this Mars will give the results somewhere in 30s. Till 30s, this person can be like a timid person. He may not be that expressive as Mars is. Okay. Okay, thank you. I didn't know that. So yeah, can we also okay. Dignity will affect the significances, right? Any further question? So this is the thing with this will be the common theme as we go through this series, that not only we need to keep in mind the axis of the nodes, but the house where they are placed in and the sign lord position, their dignity. So that covers the interpretation. Thank you. I think we are done. Not many questions today. People are enjoying Sunday. Okay, thank you. Thanks for listening. Let's meet next week with the notes in Taurus Scorpio axis. Okay, someone came. Libra ascendant Rahu placed in first house Libra. Ketu is in seventh house. How does it manifest the result? It is difficult combination for relationship. Okay, first of all. Notes at first seventh axis are always difficult in matters of relationship. If this person is more inclined towards business, then it is fine, but in relationship matters it is a difficult chart, because and this axis is also difficult to understand what is happening, that Rahu is in Libra, so person is gravitating towards relationship, but Ketu is in the seventh house, it is separating him from the relationship. Okay, so this person will, due to his social circumstances, as we all get into a relationship due to our social circumstances, Like my friends are getting married, my cousins are getting married, my siblings are getting married, I will also feel, oh, I should get married. Okay, I should have a relationship. So due to their social circumstances, they can feel like getting into relationship, but then when they get into relationship, the seventh house related matters, they will feel separated. Okay, I didn't want this person, I didn't desire that person, or something like that. So they will feel some disconnection or separation from the person with whom they are in relationship. They will suddenly feel that, oh, my single life was much better. Okay, so this is what happens when Ketu is in the seventh house. They get into relationship, but they don't want. Then they feel separated. Then when they are separated, they again want relationship. So it remains a tug of war like thing. So the way to deal with this energy in Rahu, Ketu in Libra, Aries axis in first house, seventh house is that Rahu in Libra in first house. First house is self. Okay, so they need to first relate with themselves. They first need to find a balanced, proper relationship with themselves. They should understand themselves better. Then only they should look for relationship in seventh house. Okay. It is said that one of the most difficult relationship we have is with ourselves. Okay, we are disconnected with ourselves. We don't know who we are. Okay, so first they need to realize themselves. Then only they can go for relationship with other people. Else it will just happen that they will go in relationship with other people with lots of expectation, and they may not find those expectations coming. So this is a difficult combination. Anyways, thanks for all your questions, comments. Let's meet again next week with notes at Taurus Scorpio axis. Thank you.